Over in Germany, Lufthansa grounding 1,200 flights today as pilots are refusing to fly. And in Britain, the Unite union announced later on that British Airways employees will have voted to go on strike. Now, amid a precipitous decline in air travel, what does this mean for the bottom line? Well, let's ask our next guest. He's independent analyst James Halstead. James, how much is this going to cost for Lufthansa and British Airways, and can they ride it out?
For Lufthansa, it's far more expensive because it is the pilots, and it is causing a full grounding of the aircraft. So there we are talking about loss of revenue. However, we should say that this is February, and in February, not many people really travel. It's the worst part of the year for travel.
In BA's case, it could be March when this starts off.
That starts to get a little bit more worrying. But as long as the strike at BA does not last quite so long, certainly not the 12 days that they were threatening over Christmas, it shouldn't be hugely bad. And also, it is only part of the workforce that will be involved, and BA can try and equip the planes to be able to fly some people, even though there will be disruption to the network.
Yeah, how realistic is Willie Walsh, the chief executive's plan here to be staffing these planes with not cabin crew but even pilots?
Well, the cabin crew are there for safety reasons, to look after the safety of the passengers, and you can train them within only a few weeks, and they've got many people on the staff who have been in cabin crew. So it is possible, and they have done something along the lines in the past. What you've got to remember is that Willie used to be in a union. He knows both sides of how to negotiate, and there's a lovely quote from him, or he was quoted as saying many years ago, that a reasonable man should not expect to get anything out of negotiations, and that was when he was at Aer Lingus.
Right. Let's just look at BA and just say, why are the two sides so far apart? They are truly polarised here, and it does strike me that this is more than just about reducing cabin crew by a further one member of staff.
This is one of the legacies of British Airways. If we go back to the days when Colin Marshall was in charge and revitalising BA in the roll-up to privatisation 20 years ago, he would not touch any of the frontline staff. And the legacy of the old employment contracts that they had then stuck in for quite a long time. They tried to reassess various things when they bought Dan Air in the early 90s and revitalise the Gatwick operation with a lower cost base of cabin crew and pilots there. But they have not attacked the real problem of being a legacy carrier and carrying the baggage.
That's it. That's also Lufthansa's case, isn't it, here? But Lufthansa's case is a bit more complicated because it's about these pilots not wanting other pilots from some of the other carriers that Lufthansa's bought operating their aircraft.
Yes, and I think their fears are probably overdone on that. The strange thing is with Lufthansa is that they were very successful in renegotiating the pilot contract to include much greater flexibility. The surprise is that the negotiations there have broken down.
Yep, and both airlines calling the industrial action disproportionate. James Halstead, thank you very much indeed for joining us.